On a Sunday morning in October 2025, four men broke into the most visited museum on Earth, took less than 8 minutes to steal $102 million in royal jewelry, and walked out the front door while it was still open to the public. And to this day, not a single piece of what they stole has ever been found. Stick around, because the way they actually got in is far simpler and far more embarrassing for France than anyone wants to admit. 9:30 in the morning. The Louvre in Paris is open. Tourists are already inside. Outside, on the Seine-facing side of the building, a truck pulls up carrying a furniture lift, the kind movers use to hoist couches through upper-floor windows. Nobody questions it. Construction and renovation work at the Louvre is constant, so a lift truck outside the building draws exactly zero suspicion. The lift rises straight to a second-floor balcony right outside the Galerie d'Apollon, home to what remains of the French crown jewels. Two men in high-visibility vests, the same vests any construction crew would wear, ride the lift up. To anyone glancing out a window, they look like workers doing exactly what workers do at the Louvre every single day. They cut through the window. They're inside. Using an angle grinder, they smash open 2 display cases in under 4 minutes. Inside are jewels that once belonged to French royalty, a sapphire necklace, pieces encrusted with thousands of diamonds, some dating back to the reign of Napoleon. They grabbed 9 pieces. In their hurry, they dropped one, a crown that once belonged to Empress Eugenie, found later damaged but recovered. The other 8 are gone. Total time from the lift touching the balcony to the men climbing back down with the jewels, 8 minutes. 4 of those minutes were spent inside the gallery itself. They climb onto 2 motorbikes waiting below and disappear into Parisian traffic heading southeast out of the city. The Louvre, a museum with an annual security budget in the tens of millions of dollars, watched over by thousands of cameras, was emptied of centuries of royal history in less time than it takes to order a coffee. Here's the detail that should genuinely disturb you. This wasn't the work of some elite international crime syndicate with years of planning and inside access to blueprints. French investigators later confirmed the men charged in the case included a taxi driver and an unemployed former garbage collector, described by the lead prosecutor as petty criminals, not professional master thieves. The Louvre wasn't beaten by genius. It was beaten by a ladder, a grinder, and the simple fact that nobody thought to question a truck outside a museum that's perpetually under construction. In the weeks after, French auditors revealed something almost more shocking than the heist itself. A government report, completed before the robbery, had already warned that the Louvre's security systems were dangerously outdated and that renovation funding meant for safety upgrades had been repeatedly delayed in favor of more visible, more attractive projects. Of an estimated $95 million needed for full security modernization, the warning existed, it was filed away, and then the jewels walked out the front door. Police did move fast. Within a week, 2 suspects were arrested, with several formally charged with organized theft and criminal conspiracy. But every arrest led to the same dead end. Nobody was talking, and more importantly, nobody had the jewels. Experts in stolen art recovery say there's a brutal, well-known rule in this world. If jewelry isn't recovered within the first 48 hours, it's almost certainly already been broken apart. Individual diamonds and gemstones pried from their settings, melted down or recut, and quietly sold off piece by piece, completely untraceable once separated from the historic pieces they came from. Which means the crown jewels of France may not exist anymore. Not as jewelry. They may already be scattered across a dozen anonymous transactions as loose stones nobody can ever prove came from a Paris museum. The investigation didn't stay in France for long. By mid-2026, detectives were following leads into Belgium, the historic center of the global diamond trade, chasing phone records, contacts, and photographs pulled from suspects' devices. Still no jewels, still no confirmed criminal network behind the job, just a widening trail of leads that keep pointing towards pieces that likely have already been cut into unrecognizable fragments and sold. And here's the part that connects this story to every museum heist before it, from the Gardner Museum's empty frames still hanging in Boston to countless smaller thefts nobody outside the art world ever hears about. Museums are built to look priceless and feel impenetrable, but most of that security is theater. Cameras and guards designed to project confidence, layered on top of buildings that are, physically, often shockingly easy to enter. The Louvre didn't fall to criminal genius. It fell to a ladder truck, a grinder, and 8 unforgiving minutes. And the crown jewels of France, pieces that survived a revolution, 2 world wars, and over 2 centuries of history, may have been destroyed in less time than it takes to watch this video.